we organized this International Youth Conference, and I'm glad to inform you that the UNESCO Director General gave a message through a video CD which was demonstrated yesterday, and yesterday this was inaugurated by the Finance Minister of Gujarat, and Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam was with us, and he gave a very powerful message and very nice interaction. So we had a very nice session yesterday, and now we are going to have a very interesting and also very useful interaction with you. So Mr. Sam Pitroda, dear friends, here is Mr. Sam Pitroda. He will now talk to you.
Mr. Swamiji, my friend Dilip Bhai Desai, dear young colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is indeed a special privilege and honor for me to be with you on this special occasion to celebrate 150th birth anniversary of Swami Vivekananda. First, my apology for not being able to be with you in person. I had promised Swamiji that I will come there for sure. Something very important came up on August 13th here in Chicago, so I had to change my plans. I hope we can use this media and technology effectively to interact. I have been personally associated with the Vivekananda Temple in Chicago for many, many years. My first interaction started in 1964-65 with my friend Dilip Desai, who is there. In those days, Swami Bhashanand was in Chicago, and I have some great memories of my young days. A great deal has been known about Swami Vivekananda. I am not an expert. I don't have the wisdom that Swamiji in front of you has. And I am sure through Google, other books and literature, you can learn a great deal. But the connection with Chicago goes long way. When Swamiji Vivekananda came on September 11th, 1893 to Chicago, he had a special message for the world. I visited the hall many times where he gave his speech towards the end of the 19th century. I believe his message still remains relevant and fresh in the minds of millions. He talked about many things for the youth. I remember once he said that world is not good or not bad, but it is as good or as bad as you make it happen. He also talked about the fact that knowledge comes from mind. Our ability to shape our world depends on our own power of thought. I firmly believe that imagination is more powerful than any knowledge. And knowledge is so very critical in the 21st century going forward. So I started thinking about the message. And I said, what would Swamiji himself would have said today? If he was to address today 600 young boys and girls, what would he probably say? In my own little way, I want to start working towards that answer with you. I believe Swami Vivekananda would have talked about the state of the world today. He would have touched upon the state of affairs in India, and then he would have talked about what can young, empowered, educated, committed, concerned, passionate people can do, not just for themselves, but also for the family, community, nation, and for the world. So I would like to take a little bit of your time and talk about the world today. Then spend a little time on the country, the state of affairs in India as I see it. And then, from my own life, I would like to share with you some of the lessons that I have learned, which hopefully will help you, perhaps, in your own way to reflect and look at your journey going forward. I believe world today is in great deal of turmoil. It is in state of flux. Nothing like this has ever happened after World War II. On one hand, technology has played great role in human development. Because of technology, longevity has increased, infant mortality has decreased, communication has improved, transportation has improved, and the overall quality of life has substantially improved all over the world. The fact that I can talk to you through internet and video is the benefit of technology. However, at the same time, technology has not been able to solve many of the world problems related to hunger, poverty, environmental blunders, ignorance, illiteracy, poor health. After World War II, world got restructured based on all the new institutions like United Nations, World Bank, IMF, NATO, WIPO. That world was designed to really benefit a handful of people in advanced countries. At the same time, billions came out of colonial past led by Mahatma Gandhi in India. And that started to reshape the world. Today, internet and web has had far-reaching implications on the new world we are creating. Internet is changing everything. It is changing the way we deliver education, way we socialize, way we create new business models. It has impact on education, health, commerce, financial services, agriculture, and governance. In this sort of day of advanced communications, mobile facilities, the world has become one big global village. And as a result, it has huge impact on globalization, privatization, free market economy, and the structures built after World War II are beginning to show some strains. No one had ever thought in 1940s that India and China will rise. The rise of India and China is creating a whole new paradigm for the world. People are not used to the fact that 3 billion more in this world today want the same level of prosperity that 300 million to 500 million enjoyed in the past. Everyone wants to essentially copy the lifestyle seen on television and internet from the Western world. India is no different. So the world on one hand has changed, on the other hand today, it is in state of flux because the economies all over the world are no longer dependent on the same model. As a result, unemployment has increased. In many European countries, 15 to 20% of the young are looking for work. A great deal of educated people can't find meaningful activities for them. And as a result, everyone is searching for new models. India, on the other hand, has been growing substantially for the last 10 years. But it is important to look at India in terms of history. India has had a long history and heritage. We had some of the best universities in the world. 2,700 years ago, Takshashila, Nalanda, and many others. India invented zero. India was the largest economy in the world until 1760. India invented zero, provided great deal of knowledge and expertise in art, culture, music, science, mathematics. This India Indian economy went down from 27% of the global economy in 1760 to just about 2% in 1947. As a result, our founding fathers had to focus on education, research and development, and human capacity. Rightfully so, our founding fathers built institutions like IITs, IIMs, universities, CSIR laboratories, agricultural research, atomic energy, space, and we have had some great success stories in the last few decades in some of these areas. I firmly believe that without science and scientists, there is no future. Everything that we have seen in the last 100 years, which relate to progress and prosperity, has deep roots in science. Can you imagine today a world without the invention of transistor? Invention of transistor has really changed everything around us. Transistor has become pervasive, not only in communication and computers and software, but also in health equipment, in satellites, in mining, in research. And our founding fathers realized that it is important to build human capacity in science. 65, 70 years down the road after independence, we realized that our population has increased to almost 1.3 billion. On one hand, we have made a lot of progress because for almost 200 years, we were essentially colonized. And it is difficult to come out of that kind of mindset quickly. So today's India is very different from the India of 1947. I had an opportunity to work on telecom.